Welcome to Sterling Valley Maple. Since you can't come to us this weekend, we decided to come to you with a tour of our shanty and how maple producing works. So right now I'm standing in a cornfield, so you can see the outside of the shanty. There is steam coming out because we were making maple syrup right now. The first thing you see is a whole bunch of storage tanks. When we bring the sap back from the woods, we put the sap in these tanks, and from here it gets pumped into the shanty and it goes to our reverse osmosis machine. Our reverse osmosis machine is where we take the sap that comes out of the tree, about 2% sugar, and we take some of the water out so that it doesn't have to boil as long. So here we are walking in. We are a member of the New York State Maple Producers Association. We accept square and we are organic certified. So here we are, open the door. When you walk into our product display and our kitchen, which we'll come back to. The first thing I want to show you is our reverse osmosis machine. I'm going to open the door for a minute, but it's quite loud. So basically, a reverse osmosis machine runs the sap through some filters, and these membranes remove some of the water so that we don't have to boil it as much. This reverse osmosis machine was built by my husband, who is wonderful. He likes all that sort of techie stuff like that. I'm gonna zoom in quick on the technical aspects of the reverse osmosis machine, and you can pause the video to read it if you want. So now that you've unpaused, let me show you where the sap goes from there. We have overhead lines that take the sap into our evaporating room and up to these head tanks. The sap then goes from the head tanks. There's Josh. Say hi, Josh.
Hi.
The sap then goes from the head tanks into our evaporator. So I'm going to back up so you can see the evaporator. It's quite the beast. Over here, you see where we fire up and where the syrup comes off. And then the sap actually comes in the back of the evaporator, and as it works its way forward, more water goes out of it until you finally get the syrup at the end. If I come close here, you can see where we draw the syrup off. Let me get out of Josh's way. Josh is looking at the thermometer, and we have to get to about 218.5 or 7-ish, correct?
Yep, between 5 and 7. If the thermometer would show 6, it would be perfect, but it's not showing 6, so wait until it's bouncing between 5 and 7 and know where we need to be.
So in just a minute, he is going to be drawing off. In the meantime, though, I will show you our canning area. This is our canner. When we want to put the syrup into jugs, we filter it and then it goes in the canner, and then we can put it into any size jug that we want. Let's see. We're still waiting for syrup. In the meantime, I will show you our filter press. The filter press, move the towel keeps it warm. The filter press, the syrup goes through it, and you see there's, in the middle of it, there's these like paper thingies. What actually filters the syrup is this white powder here. White powder. That is crustaceous?
Diatomaceous.
Let's say that again.
It's diatomaceous earth. It's ground up ancient sea creatures that were mined from the where they were deposited at the bottom of the ocean after they died. It's basically a lot of calcium, and it's got really, really sharp edges. So when it builds up a cake, the holes between the sharp edges is really, really tiny, and the syrup has to go through those tiny holes. And anything that has precipitated out of the syrup during boiling is caught in the sharp edges of the ancient sea creatures.
Okay, that's the technical explanation. All I know is that it goes to these little papers, and the papers get the white stuff that you're just talking about, and it removes any of the impurities from the syrup. Oh, I think we have syrup coming out. Yep. There she comes.
So the temperature is right at 218.5, and so I'm going to start drawing the syrup off. And what I like to do is check with a hydrometer. The hydrometer is a way of measuring the density of the syrup. So what I'll do is fill this little cup up. You can see that the hydrometer is floating. And what we're looking for is for that little red line to be right at the surface of the syrup. And you can see it's right there. It's actually going up slightly because as the syrup cools, it becomes more dense. But right when it comes off the evaporator, we want that red line to be right at the surface of the liquid. And that tells us that the density is just perfect.
So after he draws off a pail of syrup, we will put it through the filter press. And currently, right now, our syrup is going into a bourbon barrel. We're kind of featuring our bourbon barrel maple syrup right now. We take a used bourbon barrel and the syrup is put in it and sealed and aged for 3 to 6 months. Then when it comes out, it has kind of the taste of bourbon. It's like a smoky, kind of woodsy taste, but it's non-alcoholic. I'm not a bourbon drinker, but this stuff tastes really good. So once he gets a pail full, which will take a little bit, he will filter it and put it in the bourbon barrel, and then in 3 to 6 months, we'll open the barrel, filter it again, and then can it up. So speaking of bourbon barrel maple syrup, oh, on the way, here's our woodshed. There's our son. He doesn't like cameras, so he's angry at me right now. But there's our woodshed, and that's where we get the wood to fire up. So moving past that, walking back into the kitchen area, here are what we have for bourbon barrels. These are 16-ounce bourbon barrels, and we also have these ones. They're cute. They have a little tag. They're 6.75 ounces, and we sell those on our online store. You really should try it. It's good stuff. We also have various sizes, pints, quarts, halves, and gallons of amber and robust maple syrup for sale right now. We have 12-ounce flat glass, 8-ounce flat glass, and various sizes of maple leaves. Also, we have for sale maple cream. If you've never had maple cream, it's good stuff. It's like a peanut butter consistency, but it's a spread. If you think about it like maple Nutella. We sell it in pounds and half pounds. We have a variety of recipes here just for free. So if you order something and you want us to include some recipes, let us know and we'll throw them in. We also have maple sugar. Maple sugar is a 1-to-1 substitute for cane sugar. It's minimally processed. You just take maple syrup and heat it more to remove the water. We sell that in pounds and half pounds. So that is the store area. We are really encouraging online sales this year since not many people are coming to us, so we're not really going anyplace. So if you feel like there's something here you would like, head over onto Sterling Valley Maple, and we offer free shipping on some products, and we would love to hear from you. So that's the tour of our shanty. We're sorry that you couldn't come here for Maple Weekend, but please stay safe and practice social isolation. And if you order from Sterling Valley Maple, it will be shipped directly to your house, and you never have to worry about it. Thanks for watching, and we hope to hear from you. Bye.